Hello everybody and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Today we are going to be Southwest Airlines 2793 with service out of Midway, Chicago, and we are going to be heading over to Las Vegas. We are going to be using the 737-700 today, and our airtime is looking like 3 hours and 38 minutes with a block of 4 hours and 6 minutes. We're climbing all the way up to 34,000 feet today. And we have 138 passengers coming with us to Vegas. The aircraft is basically set up and ready to go. We just have to get our performance figures inserted into the FMC and wrap up boarding here. So at this point, boarding is almost complete, and this flight did get subbed in for the Midway to San Diego. I'm not feeling San Diego. I need just a little bit more practice flying into the 27. So I swapped it out with this flight here. So let's hop in the cockpit and finish setting up. Alright, so we are here in the cockpit, and like I said, there's not much we need to do when it comes to getting it set up. Let's start with the performance. So we are going to be flaps 1 on departure. So we can go to the N1 limit first. Let's do N1 limit first so it doesn't delete our takeoff speeds. So we're going to be 30 on the selected air temperature. We are going to be takeoff, which is good. Takeoff and climb takeoff. V1 is going to be flaps 1 on departure. V1 137, that checks. 139, that checks. And 145 checks as well. So we can just click that stuff there, that's good. And for that V2 speed, we can plug 145 right there in the box. And we can hit for the center of gravity, and that gives us a trim of 7.08. And at this point, FMC is pre-flight complete. So let's now run through our checklist. I'm going to get on the lower panel view here. Alright, so left to right. So we got the, we're going to ignore that. Parking brake is good. Battery and all other guards up here are closed. We are on the APU, so we are on the APU gen. APU bleed is running. Position lights are going to be steady. And logo light is not required right now. Cabin lights as required. Like I said, the emergency exit guard is closed, and packs are in the auto position. IRS modes are aligned and in the nav position. FMC is pre-flight complete. Transponder is going to be set. The indicated airspeed is set, and runway heading, let's get that set as well. I think runway heading is, yep, 138. That's already plugged in, so we don't have to worry about that. Initial altitude is 3,000. Yaw damper on, window heat. This is why we go through our checklist. Window heat is on, and flight altitude is going to be 340. Landing in Las Vegas, I believe the chart, it was 2180 something, so 2200 is going to be okay for us for the landing altitude, and that is set. Flight directors are on. LNAV and VNAV is armed. Minimas are coming later. We can hit B. Altimeter is 30.12. Auto brake is RTO, and the radios are set. Doors are going to be closing here shortly. That leads us to the before start checklist. At this time, hydraulic pumps can come on, fuel pumps can come on, all pumps can come on. We do have a little center fuel for the way, and that is good there. The only thing we need to do now is get word from our flight attendants that we are ready to go, and that should be good there. I'm getting an electrical recall here, but we are on the APU gens. I'm not sure what that is. We're going to figure that out later, but let's check on our flight attendants and see what they are up to.
like to welcome our Rapid Reward members and all the customers to Southwest Airlines Flight 5790. Flight attendants serving today are Reggie, Vicky, my name is Pierre. I'm serving up front. Shirley, to take off, we will serve complimentary soft drinks, juice, and coffee. Alcoholic beverages may be purchased with a credit card or a valid Southwest coupon. Please refer to the BNC back pocket for a list of our beverage selections and prices. You can now connect your devices on board the wireless communication system. We do offer free television for your convenience. If you like to browse the internet, there is a charge of $8.
Alright guys, we are now ready to go here. So I'm going to get the tug over here and get us completely pushed back. Once we are pushed back from the gate, we are going to get the engine started. We're going to go 2 and 1. So I will see you guys just before engine start. Alright, so we have been completely pushed back from the gate there, and we are now ready for the engine start procedure. So at this time, let's go pack off. Nope. So we got both of the packs off. APU bleed is running. So let's get these engines started.
Alright y'all, if we can pretend to have your attention for just a few moments, my 2 young identical twin son and daughter are going to show you the safety features. I'm so proud of these kids. To properly fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat into the buckle. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt tight and low across your hips like Michael Phelps or as a Speedo. If you get mad, you want to take your choice and go home, there's 6 ways to get there. 2 forward exit doors, 2 overwing window exits, 2 rear exit doors, banana peels, and all of the gifts you leave for us from time to time. It's a safety information card. Take it out, check it out. You'll notice in the highly unlikely event that the captain lets us near a hot tub, everybody gets their very own teeny weeny yellow Southwest bikini. One size fits all. Take it out only if told to do so. Place it over your head, wrap that strap around your waist, buckle it in front, pull the tighten. Once outside, pull down on the right tab to inflate to manually inflate below the tube at your shoulder. No whining, no complaining flight. It's a pleasing thank you, and you are such a good looking flight attendant flight. Smoking is never allowed on board at Southwest. If you caught smoking in the lavatory, the fine for that's $2,000, and if you want to pay that for your airfare, you should have flown somebody else. If we do make you that nervous in the next 2 hours, you're more than welcome to step outside. We don't discuss. And the flight attendant serving you, her name is Wendy, and her motto is if you glide it, you can smoke it. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying any smoke detector or webcam in either of our laboratories. Federal aviation regulation requires passenger compliance with the lighted passenger information signs and posted placards. Basically, just do what we say and nobody gets hurt. And although we never anticipate a loss in cabin pressure, if we did, we certainly wouldn't be at work tonight. But if needed for oxygen mask will drop, they could breathe normally. To activate the flow of oxygen, simply insert 75 cents for the first minute and 50 cents for each additional minute. Although that plastic bag may not inflate, you are receiving lots and lots of jet oxygen, that is. And if you're traveling with small children, we're sorry. If you're traveling...
Alright, and with 2 good engine starts there, we can tell that APU to go off. Oh, engine generators. I always forget to do that first. There they go. So we are on the engine generators there. Taxi light can come on. Let's give it an all call there. Probe heats. And let's just go through the checklist. So we've done the auto throttle, that's armed. All pumps are on. Obviously we got the engine started, and that takes us to the before taxi checklist. Engine generators 1 and 2 are on. Probe heats are on. No anti-ice today. No wing or engine anti-ice today. Packs can go back to the auto position. APU bleed off. Nope. APU bleed is off. APU is off. Start switches to continuous. Flaps are set for takeoff. Let's get that trim set. Trim was 7.08, so let's get that set. So we got the trim set of 7.08. So the elevator trim is set for takeoff. Flight controls are free and correct. Let's just make sure. The yaw damper had went off, so let's turn that back on. So we got the yaw damper on, and that got rid of that message there. So the recall is good. The lower display unit is off. Taxi light on, and runway turn-off lights are going to be coming on once we get on the runway. The runway is going to be off to our left there, so we don't have that much of a taxi here. So we can get the parking brake released, and let's get some power in there. All right, the tug was somehow stuck there, and I didn't know he was there, but we are now good for a taxi. All right, guys. I realized that we were on the wrong runway here, but I switched everything around and I swapped us for a 2-2 left, so we can put some power in here and get lined up. Flight recorder is running, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's just get some power in here and we'll be good to go. Let's go terrain and weather. And let's try to get a Southwest style takeoff here. Press B for the local altimeter. And as we are turning around here, I'm ready to clocks on my phone. Let's get the engines up. And let's go clock and clock. Togo. Let's get LNAV back on. LNAV does not want to come on. Well, shit.
Airspeed alive.
God damn it. God damn it.
80 knots.
80 knots check.
V1.
Rotate.
V2. Positive rate.
You're up. We can get the autopilot on, guys. And I'm just gonna focus on our departure here. All right, so we are now leveled at 3,000. Let's see where we can go now. We're gonna jump to 30,000 feet. We got a master caution coming up somewhere. I don't know what that is. 30,000. Wow, it takes forever getting there. Level change, and up to 30 we go. We are climbing through 10,000 now, so let's get the lights off. Start switches can go off. Engine, a landing gear can go position down. Wing light off as well. We're gonna keep the seatbelt signs on for a little bit, but we can give a call there. And the flight attendants are free to do what they need to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you now use your laptop computers, please remember all electronic devices must remain in airplane mode for the duration of our flight. In a few moments, your flight attendants will be in the cabin to serve you. If you would like to look over beverage selections as well as prices, please pick up the menu card in your seatback pocket. Even though your flight attendant will be up and moving about the cabin, the captain has requested that you please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until he turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
And while we are on the way to 30,000, we can actually get cleared up to our cruising altitude of 340. And guys, we are leveling off at our cruising altitude of flight level 340. Let's get that auto brake off while we are looking at it. We can go back into VNAV so the aircraft can start speeding up. We should be getting into Vegas just before 5. That may or may not change, but either way, we are looking good here, and let's have a good flight over to Vegas. Welcome back, guys. We are almost down on the ground here. We got less than 40 minutes to go here, and we are in Arizona now, and we should be crossing into Nevada here shortly. But we do have less than 21 minutes to go until it is time for us to start descending, and let's just go over some of the things that we have set up. So we have our borrows set. We're going to be 2,269 for the decision height. Our VREF for right now is going to be flaps 30 at 132, which gives us 137 for the final approach speed. So that stuff is good to go. We are initially going to be going down to 240, I believe. We can make that 220. So we're initially going to be going down to 220, and then we're just going to be following the restrictions there. We are slowly coming up on my 85 nautical mile fix for the top of the descent. So once we reach that fix, in between the fix and the actual TOD, we should start descending, and we are going to shoot for 220, and that looks good there. So we have the ILS frequency set. It's going to be 111.50, and that is set on the opposite side as well. We have the courses set for 259. The runway heading is also 259, so I'm going to just put that there. And that's good. We're going to be using auto brake 3. We do have the landing altitude, so that's good to go. And we are just pretty much waiting on that point to where we can start descending, but we can go over the before TOD tasks. So we do have the ATIS and airport information. We have the airport altimeter. We have the radio set. MCP altitude is going to be getting reset here shortly, but we can actually cue that in now. So I'm going to cue 220. So we got that set. So the MCP altitude has been reset, and the FMC approach speed reference is set, localizer frequency is set, ILS low course is set. So the before TOD task is complete. No anti-ice on the way down. We have set the landing altitude. Nothing of interest on the recalls here, so that's good. Auto brake is set for position 3. So the descent checklist is complete. Once again, we are going to be descending in less than 21 minutes. So hang tight, and we'll be back on the ground. Alright guys, at this time we have approximately 73 nautical miles into our top of descent. So we are now going to get a early descent here, and we're going to start descending all the way to 220. So let's get the seatbelt signs on, and let's give a call to the cabin there, and we can now hit level change, and to 220 we go.
Recyclable items, newspapers, magazines, bottles, and cans to the flight attendants as we walk through the aisle.
And at this time, guys, we are at flight level 200, but we can start going down for flight level 150, and we are just going to keep descending. We can bring the speed down to 250, and we're just going to try to maintain 250 knots here. We can get some speed brake. And that should help us get down. We can now go on the local pressure, which is 29.73, and let's just go through the checklist again. So we passed the transition level, so we are on the local. The next thing that's going to be coming up is the 10,000 feet checklist, which is going to be speed at 250, which we are. Landing lights are, all the lights are going to be coming on, and we already have the seatbelt signs on. But we should be leveling off at 150 here shortly. So we can put the speed brakes away here. And speed brakes can come up as the throttles are spooling up. We can now put this in a armed position, and we can leave it like that. But we are leveling off at 150. We are going to stay at a VNAV path, and we're just going to control the speed the rest of the way ourselves. And I think we are looking pretty good here. And guys, we are now going to start going flight level 100. We can hit level change, and on to 10,000 we go. Steep descent after Rockstar here. We're going to be using some speed brakes here. And we're going to use the speed brakes to help us get down to these altitude restrictions. So we are leveled here at 10,000. So I do have all the lights on. Start switch is going to be in continuous, and everything else is going to be coming here later. I don't believe I can get the localizer on just yet. Nope, localizer doesn't want to come on, but we're going to leave that alone for right now. We are going to start slowing down to 220. But we can't start going down 8,000. So we're gonna go down to 8,000, and as we are going down to 8, we're gonna go. I'll say we can go 230 for right now. No, we can go full 220. But let's get the speed brakes out. We're gonna start going 5,000. We can hit level change. And let's get the speed brakes. Well, let's leave the speed brake out. We got a good 20 miles to go here. So let's use all of this to start slowing down. At this point, we can get the localizer on. And let's start getting our flaps out. Let's get approach mode on. And we're slowing down to flaps 5 speed here. Let's get more flaps out. Let's go flaps 20. And with that, we're going gear down. We can slow down to flaps 20 speed. Let's go flaps 25 and flaps 30. We can set our VREF speed. It's going to be 137. Let's get those speed brakes armed. So we got the speed brake armed, gear down, flaps are in 30. Alright, we are looking good here. For some reason the plane thinks we are
airspeed low.
Too high, and it keeps throwing the speed in there when I don't need any of that speed.
300.
It's fucking up my approach here, and I don't like that.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Minimums. Sync rate. Sync rate. 20. 10.
Let's get reversers. Let's maintain that center line here. And speed brakes can go away. Let's get some manual braking here and get turned off. Let's get the auto brake off. And let's get turned off. Welcome to Vegas, everybody.
Airlines and your entire flight crew would like to be the first to welcome you. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened and your luggage right where it is until the aircraft comes to a complete stop at the gate and the captain's turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. We would like to remind you to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items you place there may have shifted in flight. If you're continuing on flight 1060 to Seattle or Spokane, this is your aircraft, so please remain seated so Shannon can come from the back and get an accurate passenger through count. If you're making a connection here in Las Vegas, just check the TV monitor for your gate and flight number. We certainly have enjoyed spending part of our morning with you. Y'all go out and have a good week. Buckle up. Come back and see us again real soon.
All right, we are parked up here at the gate, so we can get the parking brake on. And let's go AP Eugens. Let's get the jetway connected here. And let's also get a ground power unit. And while all of this stuff is going on here, let's get the engine shut down. All right, so let's get that APU bleed on, so they can get some air back there. And we are pretty much done here. I'm gonna leave the aircraft configured as it is, and that's gonna do it for our flight today. I'm not sure what that was about on the way in. I know I forgot to arm that second autopilot, so that's on me. I'm just confused on why the aircraft decided to ignore my speed. Or I'm not sure what it did, but it just kept saying that we were over or under speeding. Or I'm not sure what it was doing, but either way, we were able to get a good landing there, and I will see you guys on the next one. Sydney should be coming around next week, so stay tuned for that, and I want you all to take care. See ya.